because it's such a big
across
cost
so many
for us.
platforms.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's actually.
so-
I mean, you probably feel comfortable saying that's like the one. That's the one big thing that we don't actually have support for, in the engine.
So,
and it's
but-
a huge thing to do.
Yeah,
so.
it is obviously, like, we would love to have leaderboards, but
Yeah, I hate this
yeah,
room.
time, money, all of that. So we will have some in-game achievements so you can track your own progress, but yeah, it's the online sharing scores with friends that we're not quite sure. But
Which is lumped
for
into the
something
same thing as online profile syncing and that
Yeah,
sort of
but
thing.
but for something like Steam or iOS's Game Center, you'll probably be able to compare things because that's a built-in system that we can integrate pretty easily. So there will be maybe not a full leaderboard tied to the game, but you'll be able to compare through some of those systems on different services. Let's see. Anything that's in-game that changes rather than just words and numbers is really fun.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Vangelupe, could you maybe clarify that a little bit more? So
Well, no, he's just
in-game-
he or she is responding to the previous stuff. That's the conversation about trophy rooms.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
having a visual
Sorry
component.
about that. I didn't quite know what that was in relation to.
Water-based mechanics. I don't know. That's a little bit. I mean,
That's something I had thought about is
Yeah.
like having puddles in the room, like water puddles that if you're on fire, you could run through them and put out the fire.
I mean that, but is it like would we support actual like water physics? I don't. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
probably.
that would be a
So
little
like if you're
complex. So.
yeah. Well, I mean, what if you're standing in like a stream? Would the stream be able to push
Part
stuff?
around you. It might be able to push stuff, but it would be more like traditional old school action RPG conveyor belt type pushing versus actual like
Well, that's
fluid
okay.
physics.
I mean, that's yeah.
It's not going to be like a pixel jump shooter, which is
Yeah.
Right.
which is really cool. But yeah, I want to finish this game before like
before you.
before
in
my
the
kids are out
grave.
of school or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see. You said the weapons will be more of a physical difference, such as swipe distance or fire damage. Do you think the weapons would possibly have attributes like throwing bombs further or boosting secondary weapons?
So sort of like a passive,
Yes.
passive perk.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Answer to that is yes. You'll either have items like accessories you can equip, like maybe we'll have, I don't know, some kind of a bomb glove or something, or like a catcher's mitt. I don't know what, like kind of like that's what Spelunky did, where I think you had like a catcher's mitt and you could throw bombs farther. So yeah, similar sort of idea. We will have modifiers or items that have passive effects like that. And they may either be like kind of permanently equipped to your character or maybe in your usable item queue. Will there be modability? Yes, we were talking about that earlier. So
Actually,
probably jumped
since
a little
we're
late.
since we're
So-
more or less caught up on questions.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and we'll show a
Might
little
wanna
bit
get
more
extra
about.
He's
Okay.
got trackpad.
So-
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Let me grab
Okay,
a
so
mouse.
we're going to
There's
take
one in my front bag pocket.
We're going to take a few seconds to set up a mouse here, but we're going to show a little bit of what you would be able to do with the modding system. So we're going to mess with some XML, show you some crazy stuff, probably break the game all over the place, but that's part of the fun. So I'll catch up on a few more questions while you guys are doing that.
Okay.
Let's see. Can you tell us what the different main areas are, like what the different zones are? So we're still working on those. I do have a list of different zones. There will be one that is not quite icy caverns. I mean, every zone you go to is actually a sort of abandoned level in the castle. So so they're all going to be kind of like castle interiors. I mean, we did talk earlier about how you'll be able to go outside in some areas. So like for instance, one of them would be kind of like this medieval lodge with lots of taxidermied animal heads on the walls and like everything's made out of like antlers and bones and fur on the floor and things like that. But since this is kind of at the snow level of the mountain, above the snow line, you'll be able to go outside, kind of like tundra, everything's icy. We'll have places where the walls have caved in or windows are broken out and there'll be ice on the floor so you can slip around. So that's an example of one of the other zones. There'll also be an area that's flooded, kind of almost like a drainage type area because something we haven't really talked about yet, but there's actually a giant kind of spring at the top of the mountain, or giant like a lake reservoir that has to be drained, and so there's lots of drainage that goes down through the mountain and through the dungeons. And so sorry that right now that things are going to be changing
Oh,
around on the screen.
I thought it would stay up.
oh,
Oh,
it's
when it
fine.
loses focus, it pauses. Yeah.
And actually, if you move it, it's going to move off of the.
Oh, sorry. Where is it at?
Actually, I think right now something's disabled in the feed. Maybe I'm not quite sure. So sorry that the feed cut out there. We're switching some things around to show modability, but we'll get it set up here in just a sec.
Is it showing up now?
Yes. Yeah, it's a little off center, but that's fine. Go ahead and kind of work on what you need to do. We can just recrop it in a bit. There you go. Yeah, that fits. Okay.
Not bad for doing a blind.
Let's see. Someone said they'd love to see my artistic take on water, so hopefully I can get to that. Let's see. Is there a final boss, and does he seem antagonistic throughout the story, or does he just show up at the end, huge and ready to rumble?
Don't give too many spoilers.
Yeah, so that's very much tied into the story, so we don't want to talk too much about the final boss right now. I mean, really, I guess the one thing I will say is it's kind of questionable whether he is actually the boss. Like, there's no like world-destroying demon that you're trying to defeat. And honestly, the Delvers themselves, they just want out. You know, they just want to be free of this prison that they've been stuck in and go about their lives. So, but yeah, there will be some form of giant thing at the end of the game and something, some epic battle. We'll say that, or an epic battle or two. Let's see.
So what the items will be on the emitters, right? Is that what you wanted to edit, or?
Let's mess with the character properties.
So
because
okay,
it'll be kind of silly.
Yeah. So what you're seeing right now in the video is it's actually tiled, which is a free software we use. We may have to add some things on top of that for our object placement, some custom systems. But we actually use that to do the floor layouts right now. So like I said, freely available. I forget the website, but if you just search for Tiled, T-I-L-E-D, or Tiled Level Editor, you'll be able to find that. I think it's probably supported by RPG Maker and different things, or RPG Maker may have its own systems.
It does, but there's a lot of game engines that use Tiled. It's pretty well. It's for PC, Mac, and Linux as well, which is nice.
Also, if anyone's interested, we're using XSplit streaming. It's kind of a very nice tool.
Yeah, apparently the feed's still catching up or something here.
Yeah, someone had told me that the feed was getting hammered quite a bit. So,
sorry, we've got a little lag between what we're actually doing and what we're seeing in the feed. So
is the audio in tune with the video, or is it like lagged as well?
It should be lagged. Let us know if there are technical issues that like, you know, if the sound is horrible, or if sound and video aren't syncing up. Just tell us in the feed, and we'll make some adjustments, see what we can do.
Let's just mess with the character thing first. Does that sound like a good idea? And we'll get to Tiled in a few. So so this is a
so brief pause on the questions. We'll catch up in a minute. I have marked where we were last, because someone was saying for the ice level, snuggle up with some stuffed pelicans. So we'll start back there when we get back to questions. So I'll let you guys take it for a bit.
Okay, so we've got like the picture-in-picture thing there, like the infinite recursion going on.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it? Okay, so we'll just kind of hide this for a second, and I'll look at your monitor. Okay, cool. So what we have open here is this is actually the XML file that defines the properties for the rogue character. So there's some things that we can do. What was it we played with the other day? It was changing drag and
we increased the speed and increased the drag a little bit, so you have a bit better traction.
What you should do is just jack up the acceleration at max speed, and he'll just be very, 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 very
fast. So
make him a little slippery too, just for the hell of it.
Well, okay, we'll do acceleration first. So we'll just change it to something stupidly high, and then we have to kill the game, right? It won't reload.
Oh yeah, I took that out. This is running release, so it's
so we'll have to kill the game first.
Is it going to pop up? Is the window going to pop up in the same place?
No, I'll have to drag it back over. Okay.
To make sure that we get the whole screen, can you just put the whole screen in focus over there, so we don't have to position it?
Oh yeah, sure. That screen actually doesn't snap to the sides, but that's okay. Okay, cool. That is...
Sorry, we're having to make some adjustments for what's popping up on your feed right now.
I don't know which is which. That one, I guess. So we'll put that one behind everything. Okay, cool. Sorry, bear with us momentarily. We'll just hide that. Okay, so we have adjusted the acceleration properties on the Rogue from 350 to 800, so he should take off like
About some place we aren't going to mention because we're trying not to curse.
So you have to hit the button.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I had the controller. I forgot.
Right.
Yeah, so his top speed hasn't actually changed. He'll just get to it basically instantly.
Yeah, so he moves pretty quick now.
He's actually, in some ways, a lot easier to control this way.
Yeah, because you can change directions much faster, like
Right.
basically corner faster, because he can accelerate in the new direction you're choosing much quicker.
You don't still have a build where we can just hit the restart?
No, we can just open up Visual Studio real quick.
No.
I can uncommon this.
That'll take forever because it has to build and crap every time.
So let's try something else.
So let's set the max speed.
Set it to like
something stupidly high, like
900. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, the physics system does have a max velocity or max